What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Cassidy and this is my planted paradise. So in today's video, I just wanted to talk to you guys and show you some of my favorite plants from the month of January. I know it is already February. Today is actually, let's see, it's February 4th, so it's not exactly January anymore. I kind of had a lot going on in January for me, so I'm just now getting around to making this video, but I still wanted to get it out anyways just because why not? I thought might as well. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into my January favorites. So I'd say most of my favorites from the month of January are fairly common plants. I noticed that when it was really high stress, it was nice to have the plants that are super easy to take care of. They are always super reliable for me and they just don't cause me any additional stress. Honestly, most of my plants don't, I will say. I don't know how or why, but I just don't get a lot of stress from my plants. I don't know if I've just set up my care routine in a way that is so not stressful for me, but yeah, I don't get added stress from my plants most of the time. Obviously there are different occasions where they can add some stress, but for the most part they're non-stressful for me. But it's super nice to have the really more common ones that kind of thrive when you are not neglecting them necessarily, but just they always thrive. So I do have quite a few of the more common, cheaper, easier to find plants in my favorites from January. So let's just go ahead and start. Again, I don't have a set number. I just kind of go and pick plants that I feel like talking about that have been my favorite this past month, that I've really been looking at and enjoying. And I don't limit myself, but I also don't make myself try to hit a certain number. It's just whatever was good that month. So for the first plant, this is my Calathea Makoyana, I think is how you call it, and this is also known as the peacock Calathea. So this guy, it's just so easy. The humidity in my plant room right now probably sits around 40% because it is winter, the heaters are running. I haven't been running my humidifier just because I'm kind of lazy. And still, look at this gorgeous Calathea. So you can tell it sits this way in the walls back here, so the leaves kind of stand up in the back, but just the patterning on these leaves is stunning. Let me see, I spotted a newer leaf. Yes, like this is a new leaf, and look how big it is getting. It is the size of my hand and it is just stunning on the fronts and the backs. There's a new one in there coming out. I see more new ones back here, like that's one. And yeah, it's just been so easy. I don't do anything special for this plant whatsoever. It's really like a big set it and forget it kind of plant. And I think it's really nice if you enjoy the Calatheas and like their beautiful like painted pattern nature, but you don't want to deal with the fussier ones that have the browning tips. This is a great option because obviously I have like a couple little brown spots, but honestly I almost want to say those were there before I got it. Like, it's been so easy. I don't use any special water for it, and just every time I see it, it's really catching my eye. So she is just, it's stunning. So my first favorite from January was definitely my Calathea Makoyana. Let's see. My next favorite probably doesn't come as much of a surprise if you know me by now or know how much I love these plants, but this is one of my neon heartleaf philodendrons. I just love this plant. I mean, it's huge for one. This is a 12-inch pot, and as you can tell, it completely fills it out, and it is starting to trail. There's actually several of the vines that have gotten so extremely long that I've just wrapped them back on the top and then let them come out. Like, I'm sure I could find one, but I don't know. It's just crazy. It grows so easily for me, and it is so easy care. And I've been loving lately all the different shades in this plant. Like, if you see here, these leaves are like an orangey color, and then you also get the really bright, like these, like neon yellow, and then there's also obviously the like more greenish, lime green shades in here. It's I know it's completely covering my face. It's a really big plant and I don't have tons of space in this little corner, but it is just so easy for me. I actually have 2 of these and I've really been loving my other one too, but it's in a window in my kitchen in a hanging like macrame hanger, and it's really long, so it's quite the feat to get it all the way out of the hanger and everything, so I just grabbed this one. But both of them, it's just every time I see them I have to sit and appreciate how easy they are, how much they're growing, and just how well they're doing with seriously the least amount of attention. I just really love them. If you'll notice, these leaves towards the bottom are a little bit smaller than the leaves I'm getting on the top. That's pretty normal. Like, these are quite a bit bigger, newer leaves, and it's also winter, but I don't know. Heartleaf philodendrons, trailing heartleaf philodendrons just really do it for me. I don't even know if there's anything else I need to say besides I'm in love. It's huge and I want it to get even huger. I've had this for probably maybe 2 years. So, yep, she's doing good, and she's definitely one of the favorites for last month. My next favorite from the month of January was this little guy. This is my Pilea Peperomiodes, if I'm saying that correctly, and it is just booming with new growth. There are so many new leaves coming out. If you see anywhere the stems are like more red, that is new growth, and it is seriously just all throughout this plant, and I'm just loving the way it's looking. I know some people have really nice like sculptural looking Pilea Peperomiodes, but mine is just kind of wonky and wild and everywhere, but I really think that's why I love it so much. And I don't know what it has been. I've actually been watering it more often, I think, this past month, and it just is shooting off so much new growth. It is absolutely insane. I just love it. It looks like little alien saucers or something. It's so cute. I don't know. I don't have much more to say other than I love how well it is growing right now. All those teeny tiny leaves all throughout here that are just coming in so well, and it's just so weird looking. I don't know. I just love her, and I have not stopped looking at her this past month. The next plant is my Rhaphidophora Tetrasperma. Now, this has been one of my tried and trues for a long time. I actually used to have this plant right here. It was probably 3 foot tall, and yeah, it just started to get, I think I gave it root rot actually is what it was, so I completely chopped it up, and this is where we are at now. It is really crazy. It really needs some support because these long branches are getting too tall and heavy for the plant to support itself. But there are 1, 2, 3, 4, I think 5 actively growing branches on this plant. I just really love it, and I don't know if it's going to come as much as a surprise, but I have this plant rooting in my DIY pond mixture in a self-watering pot. Look how small this pot is compared to all this plant. Like, the self-watering pot looks huge, but the actual pot that it's in is so small. I don't understand. But there aren't any roots coming out of the bottom. I don't really feel like these ever get much of a huge, substantial root system. Anyways, in the near future, I really think I will be getting this guy a trellis, but for now it's just kind of all over the place. It's getting these really nice big leaves, and she is just stunning. Like, all I do is adore this plant. The other thing that's keeping me from wanting to give it a trellis is that it is living in my IKEA cabinet, and that is probably going to make it too tall to be in there, but it has been loving it, so I really don't want to take it out. But we're starting to reach that point where she's not gonna fit. She already barely fits, so I'm gonna have to figure something out. But yeah, definitely love this plant, and I've always loved this plant, but it just took a little bit to get it started again after I completely chopped it back. So super happy with this guy. Okay, so the next plant I haven't actually had that long, but it has been insane how well it has been doing for me, and that is my variegated string of hearts. She is so cute. So I don't remember exactly when I got this plant. I want to say it was in December sometime, but when I got it, it was just a small pot, and it just kind of filled the pot, and it didn't trail at all. And as you can see now, it is trailing and full of new growth just everywhere. And I've actually already wrapped these vines around, would these be vines? I guess, these strands around the pot, so it actually would be longer. So let's see exactly how long these would be. It's just, hey, Zizi is trying to get them. It's just crazy because I have not had this plant long at all. Stop, Zizi. But it's got all of this new growth, so I don't know, I'm just, I guess, doing something right. The only thing I don't like is that the growth is not coming in as close as it was obviously on the top. So I think it needs higher light so that the internodal spacing wouldn't be as much, but it is already on a shelf with a grow light. So I'm thinking I could possibly put it maybe in my grow tent and see how it does in there, but I don't know. I'm just afraid to burn it or kill it, or that I would let it dry out too much. So that's why I haven't moved it in there yet, but it would probably have even more beautiful pink to it. But it is just doing so well, growing so easy and so fast for me. Like, look at those cute little pink hearts. It's so cute. I just have loved it, and it's so funny because I didn't want a string of hearts for the longest time, honestly. And I just saw this at the greenhouse in Norman one day, and I just couldn't not pick one up. And I'm really glad that I did, because I have really been enjoying it. Of course, now that I took those vines off, that I just want to sit here and fiddle and untangle them. Probably not the best idea, but anyways, I've really been enjoying this plant. I think it's just so cute, so pretty. I love the pattern. I just love everything about it. Let's try to just plop it back over a little bit. I don't know. I just love it. It's growing so fast. It's so easy and so pretty. So that is my variegated string of hearts. This next plant on my list is actually one of the first Hoyas, and it's only the 1 out of 3 Hoyas that I have for my favorites on January. It's not necessarily that I wasn't enjoying my Hoyas over the month of January, because I absolutely was. It's just more when I'm picking my favorites. I have over 300 plants, so when I'm picking my favorites, it's really the ones where throughout that month they continuously were catching my eye, or they were doing something. So like all of these plants are ones that I would see them, and it's almost every time I saw them I had to stop and look at them and just inspect them. So it's not that I don't enjoy my Hoyas anymore, or that I didn't over the month of January, because I absolutely did. It's just I didn't recall just staring at certain Hoyas as much this past month. But anyways, this is my Hoya Mathilde. It is also my very splashy Hoya Mathilde. So she is just rooted up in some soil in this little plastic cup, and I keep it in this little cover pot. She actually needs a water here soon. But I've really been enjoying this because it is growing, and the leaves it is growing are stunning. So these leaves, like here, those are all new leaves, and look at that splash. I just am so in love. She does have these couple weird, like there's these 2 leaves that are like a yellow, and they actually came in white, and I think they're gonna eventually turn green. And then it also had this stem down here, but these leaves all used to be completely white, and it does look like they're finally turning green, but it's just been really slow. I don't know. But yeah, anyways, she's just growing really well. And then I also like that she has this one mini stem that is growing over here. If my camera would focus, there we go. And these 2 little baby leaves. I don't know. I've just really been enjoying watching this grow and seeing these new super splashy leaves. They're just so stunning, and yeah, I don't know what else there is to say about it besides I keep staring at it, and I really love it. It's on this little trellis, and as you can see, it's definitely outgrown it. So I've just like curved it around and wrapped it back up, but I don't know, it is what it is for now. That is my Hoya Mathilde, and she is, well, one of them. She is just stunning. She's growing really well. She actually needs a water right now, but I don't know. We'll get to it. The next plant, this I wasn't going to put in my favorites just because I know I've shown it to you recently, because I've just got it fairly recently. I got it in the month of January or maybe December, and yeah, you've seen it, and it also hasn't grown any. But I was gathering up the plants that I wanted to talk about in this video, and this plant just kept popping up in my head, and so I knew I just had to get it. Even though it looks the same, nothing's happened. I just love it so much and wanted it for so long. I just had to talk about it. So this is my Hoya Rintzii Borneo. So yeah, that you've seen it recently. I think I also really love it because I love it in this little cover pot that I have it in. But I don't know, she hasn't grown. She has some good roots, and she's not even that new to me anymore, but I still love this Hoya so much and just keep thinking about this Hoya and looking at it all the time. I love it. It was obviously on my wish list for a reason. And I'm so glad that I got it. I don't regret it at all. I just think it is one of the prettiest Hoyas. I love the leaf shape. I love the splashing. I love how it sun stresses and has some veining. It just is so perfect. It's one of the most perfect Hoyas ever. So there's not much else for me to say about it since it hasn't grown, but I love her so much and I'm excited for when it does grow. But that is my Hoya Rintzii Borneo. Okay, this next plant, it's been really exciting for me because it has finally put out a new leaf and I haven't got new growth on this plant in a really long time. And part of it was I think I had rotted the roots off, so I've been trying to reroot this in my DIY pond mixture and it looks like it was a success because I am seeing some roots. So if you can see there are nice roots coming in. They're not everywhere, it's not root bound by any means, but definitely has rooted. And now it is growing and I am excited, and this is my Hoya Callistophylla. So this is one of the leaves it came with. There was another one, but it's since died off. And then it gave me these two beautiful, gorgeous leaves. They are so stunning. And now, after not doing anything for a bit, it is giving me this new leaf right here. It is still hardening off, but it's gorgeous nonetheless. And I love it. So it's still growing in. It's just the striking veining, the contrast between these dark veins and then the bright in the centers that just really gets me about this plant. I love it, and it's been really exciting that it has rooted and is now growing again for me. So I'm excited to watch this continue to grow. And yeah, I just had to mention it because, I don't know, I feel like I'm smiling a lot. I'm serious when I say these plants bring me so much joy, and that's why they're in this video, because they have brought me so much joy. So yeah, that is my Hoya Callistophylla. I only have 2 more plants to show you, so let's do this guy. This is my variegated Heartleaf Philodendron, and if you know the Heartleaf trailing philodendron types, variegated, neon, Brazil, the regular green, I just love them. So having a variegated version it's something else. But this guy I just repotted recently, and it gave me this leaf in January, which is so unbelievably stunning. It has like the most perfect variegation I've ever seen, and now it is giving me this leaf, which again is stunning. So this one is still soft. It just fully unfurled the other day, but look at all those different like colors in the variegation. It's just kind of crazy, all the different shades. I just am so loving it. Yeah. I don't know, I get kind of breathtaking when I look at my plants sometimes, but I feel like that's what you should do. I would like to cut this plant and make cuttings just so I could have a bigger plant of it, but I'm also scared because it took a while for it to start growing. And yeah, now it's kind of taking off. So it has the original leaf, then it's given me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 leaves, and it really took so long. It took the longest time for it to start growing. So I'm scared to cut it, but I probably will eventually. I don't know. And it's funny because I just repotted this seriously like a day or so ago, and I don't know if the camera will show it, but the roots are already coming and stretching to the outsides of this container. So yeah, I think she's probably pretty happy and excited. I don't know. This plant has just really been doing it. It's just been growing and it's been so easy and I love it and I can't wait for it to get really big, but I also love how cute and small it is at the same time. Variegated Heartleaf Philodendron. Now my last plant and my only anthurium on the list. This is my Anthurium Dorayaki is what it was sold to me as. I think there is some confusion on IDs between this and the Crystal Hope and Silver Blush, but I think it's a Dorayaki. But this plant just, it's been so easy. It does have some brown tips, but those have honestly, where is it? There's some on these two older leaves, but those have honestly been there for a while. And I don't really mind. I don't know. It would probably like higher humidity and I'm just not ready to commit to that right now. So I'm just going to be fine with the little bit of browning on it. But if you can see, this is the newest leaf. It's had it for maybe about a month now. And then it also has a new one on the way, it looks like. And it put out a little cute pup. Like, look how freaking cute it is. It's so cute and small. I don't know. I just separated these the other day and this is just so cute and I was just so happy that one of my anthuriums made a pup because I've never had any of my anthuriums do that before. So it was really exciting to have my first mother-daughter combo. This guy's so small you can't even see him. But yeah, he used to just be down in there and now he's in his own little container. He does already have some roots when I separated him because I didn't want it to like die off. So I did make sure it had its own little roots and it did. And yeah, these are both again in my DIY pond mixture. Let's see if we can see any of these roots in here. I did just, when I got the pup out, I repotted it. So we might not be able to. Oh no, you can. And the roots were super healthy when I did repot it, and this has been in my DIY pond mixture for a really long time. So there's some roots right in there. I don't think I see any others. There's like a little tip, that little white tip right there. But my anthuriums really have loved being in this mixture. I'm just so happy with it, honestly. So many of my plants really seem to enjoy it and they thrive in it. So I don't know, I'll probably always be talking about it and yapping on and on and on about it, and y'all are like, yeah, we've heard it all before. But it's because it really has been working for me really well. So try it out if you haven't. But anyways, that is my beautiful, gorgeous Anthurium Dorayaki that put out its own cute little baby this past month, and I am just obsessed with these two and think they are the cutest, prettiest things in the world. Love it. So I think that is going to wrap up this video, you guys. Looks like Zizi came in just in time. No, 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 don't leave. No, don't jump up there for sure. We did that last video, huh? You did that last video? My pretty little black kitty. Anyways, yeah, that's going to wrap it up for this video, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I know it's kind of late for a January favorites when it is February 4th. I'll hopefully get this video up tonight, I'm thinking, but it'll probably be late. So happy late January into February. I hope everybody's really excited for this month. I know I am. I'm ready to just get going, get on with my life. Just have some normal because I haven't had it this past month. So yeah, if you guys want, you can follow me on Instagram for more plant related content. I usually post over there pretty frequently. I haven't lately, but I plan to again. And that is at Oso Planted Paradise. You can also follow my personal Instagram, that is at Oso Sassy Cassie. I also have another YouTube channel. I haven't picked it back up in the past month or two just because of my circumstances, but I absolutely plan to. And yeah, so you can go subscribe over there if you want. I will have all of that linked in the description below. Make sure you are subscribed to this channel if you enjoy this video so you don't miss any future videos by me. Give this video a like if you would, and leave me some comments. Let's chat. Tell me what your favorite plants are or have been for the month of January. And just always leave me video ideas and suggestions, and or just talk with me. I love chatting with you guys. But anyways, I am going to stop rambling on, and I will just hopefully see you guys in my next video.